We are buddies and we like to play games in the new Bear Buddies.
Hello!
Hello!
Welcome back to Bear Buddies. My voice
Welcome.
broke. Just hit puberty.
Oh, congrats.
Welcome back. Yeah! Now I've got a dick and balls. Because I didn't before.
That's what puberty is.
Here, your first dick and balls. Right, what are we doing? What's happening in GTA Town? What? Dude!
I just purchased a nightclub.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
Property
Okay, let's
purchased.
save. I'm just trying
Now
to
you
find
can
some.
watch the value of this property go up over time. That's how
Yeah.
investments work. GTA.
That would be the GTA movie. Would be just. Yeah, just watching.
Buying lots of property and watching it go up slowly in value over time.
They've been talking about making a GTA movie for ages, and
Really?
I'm a bit like, what would it
Like-
be? Like GTA is not a one coherent story. It's lots of different characters.
No,
and
no, exactly. I guess it's like Final Fantasy, isn't it? It's more like or Pokemon. It's
yeah.
I guess Pokemon you could kind of lean on the first game, but
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess with Pokemon, there's like one story that kind of happens throughout, which is like taking down gyms, collecting
Yeah.
Pokemon, trying
but
to
I guess
defeat
again
a
it's
legendary
more about
Pokemon.
like sort of themes.
Yeah.
As opposed to like specific things that happen or a specific person or
Yeah, whereas GTA is just like beating people up, taking some money, driving a car around, doing some heist missions, stuff like that. Like,
But then
I mean,
again,
this
like sorry, go.
this story would be, I guess, a pretty decent adaptation. There's some good. I mean, I know we haven't really followed the story in the playthrough, but
Oh, sure.
there's some good twists in the sort of main story. But I'm also just a bit like, I don't know. GTA kind of like tries to cement itself in the real world quite a lot, as much as a video game like this can do.
Yeah,
So I'm just
yeah.
a bit like, would it just be like a Fast and Furious film? Surely, like,
Sure.
or like Ocean's 11 or whatever.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I've never seen a Fast and Furious film.
Yeah, I've seen 2, I think.
Okay.
Not Fast and Furious 2 Fast and Furious films.
Two Fast and Furious.
So
Too Fast, Too
the
Furious.
first one that I saw, which is the first Fast and Furious film, is
Okay.
decent.
Cool.
Is a decent, just sort of like racing movie set on the streets.
Okay.
Pretty good, pretty grounded from what I remember.
Nice.
And then the next one I saw was Fast and Furious 7 or 8, just after Paul Walker had died. And
Skip ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a really good time watching
Oh,
it.
sure.
They were
Yeah.
jumping out of a cargo plane in their cars with parachutes attached to the cars. I had a really good time, but I was also like, I assume the directors, well, I hope the directors and producers are like in on the joke, are like
Yeah, I
self-aware.
think they must be. I think it.
But
like,
I
you
also
can't make
really
something like
wouldn't
that serious.
surprise me if they were completely sincere. Like, I can imagine Vin
Oh,
Diesel
no.
being like, yeah, this is my masterpiece.
Yeah.
And being like,
yeah,
you
come
know,
up
it's
with-
like no thought gone into this. Yeah.
made me a lot of money.
Yeah. Because I think
Way!
that's quite a big distinction for me anyway, is like
Yeah.
making a shit film that you know is shit and is supposed to be a bit on the nose is like
Yeah. No.
fab.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely do that. But then making something that you think is genuinely a great film and it's
a
like
good
that
cinema.
ridiculous, I'm a bit like, well, I hope it's the first one.
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because like the whoa. Somebody
I could
wasn't
do with the
using their
motorbike
rearview
right
mirror. Just kill him. I guess there's like that weird kind of crossover where you can have a film that is super self-referential, but also
Yeah.
just an awesome film.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Hot Fuzz, like,
Yeah.
because that is so cheeky and it's so on the nose and so like taking the piss out of itself. But I don't know. I'm not sure what it is about that that differentiates itself from stuff like Fast and Furious. Maybe is it that it's can it
Back
swim?
it up, back it up. Oh, fuck, I need to get around now.
Is it just because it's like is it because it's an English production and therefore the comedy is just like slightly more to my taste, or I don't know.
I don't know. I guess Fast and the Furious. Sorry, not Fast and Furious. I guess Hot Fuzz is like clearly. Oh, why did he just jump on? I think he thought I shouldn't be driving here. I should just get back on the road. But this is so much more fun. I think Hot Fuzz is full of like references and like obvious parodies, whereas Fast and like I think the pacing and the writing is like
oh my gosh,
clearly like we're I think because you've got Simon Pegg that takes himself so seriously, and then you've got Nick Frost who doesn't,
clearly doesn't.
whereas Fast and the Furious, they're all like, family's the most important thing we have. Is that sort of like
okay, right?
And then you've got one character who's like is you know, for lack of good writing, is like crazy black guy who is like
brilliant.
Who's like, I'm not jumping out of a plane, man. And it's like, okay, that's
another 90s stereotype. Excellent.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it's one of those things. Is it that it's just so bad it's good kind of thing?
Yeah. Fuck's sake. Take a look at the map for 2 seconds. I missed the turning.
My knees. Oh fuck.
Oh shit, man.
My ankles.
Yeah.
Spine.
I think like have you ever seen Tropic Thunder? Because that's a really good example.
No,
like,
I've been meaning to watch that. I've heard that's quite fun.
Clearly a parody, but also like kind of. Well, it's like it's a satire, I guess.
Sure.
And there was a lot of stuff with, oh no, I just drove into the military base. Fuck. Oh my god, no. Oh no. Oh no. I've got 4 stars on me.
Bad
okay,
times.
let's just drive away. Things
are happening. Things are happening.
Fuck.
Oh my god. As if you were a threat.
Immediately 4 planes.
Like shotgun
as if I've
to
not
the face. Holy
killed
crap.
so many people. That's American.
I mean but in this life, I mean, like since you since your last wasted session.
Yeah.
I mean, you killed 1 or 2 people maybe, but
fuck it. But yeah, no. With Tropic Thunder, there's the whole thing of like Robert Downey Jr. being essentially in blackface. That's
right. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I would say this is a white guy, but it's clearly written as because he's a white character, right? Who's like a celebrity, and decides that he like identifies as a black man or something. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in ages.
Okay.
And then undergoes like surgery to become black.
Really?
So it's obviously like supposed to be.
It's a commentary, I guess.
It's obviously like they're basically literally saying like he's basically just doing blackface, but it's okay. Like people are talking themselves out of it being blackface.
Yeah. Which I guess that's a fascinating one because like there. Am I right in thinking that there have been sort of I want to say like a female celebrity, I don't know who it is, but who isn't necessarily from like African origin, who has been posing as a black person. Essentially like
possibly.
putting on lots more like tan or whatever to try and not necessarily
Yeah.
quote unquote blackface, but kind of along those lines.
Yeah.
I can't think.
I mean, also like for slightly different reasons that I don't know the ins and outs of, but you know, Michael Jackson famously like
Oh yeah.
being a different person.
What?
Okay,
Oh, there it is.
the door saved me. It saved me.
Love it.
Here we go. Let's do this mission.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also was watching an interview on this morning, the other day, of a I think he was English, who decided that he really likes Korean culture, South Korean culture, not North Korean culture, and he was undergoing surgery to make himself look Korean, and he'd like already kind of, for lack of a better term, had already like narrowed his eyes. And he was doing an interview, but it obviously is like, oh man, I love this sort of culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously that's like also super questionable. It's like, well, can you just appreciate the culture?
Yeah.
Without
making yourself
trying to, like, is that okay?
Yeah. I guess that strikes me as very MJ again. It's
Yeah, right.
It's like It's a difficult one, isn't it? I guess like I don't think there's anything wrong with culturally sort of, if you like a particular culture, like in that isn't, I don't know, quote unquote how you were brought up in your family or your culture when you were a kid or whatever. I think that's okay, but yeah, I guess changing your physical appearance to make yourself look like another ethnicity strikes me as
not ideal.
Yeah, not okay. But then, I mean, I guess on a very serious note, sort of, there's sort of, I guess, lots of discussion about the moment around sort of gender, and how lots of people feel that they aren't necessarily born in the right sex, and I guess amongst a certain section of society, then some people have an issue with with that.
I guess I think
it's interesting, isn't it?
For me, I guess the difference is like you can. There we go. I guess the difference for me is that you can do something to physically change your gender without like really being a detriment to anyone. You know, it's like it's this thing of like, I watched a really great video on someone who was like there are only two sexes biologically. You're born male or a female, and he was like the thing that people don't understand is that sex is biological, whereas like gender is a construct, and it's a social thing. Like, what does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to be a woman?
Yeah.
Which is what I think a lot of people are like, well, you're either a bloke or you're a woman.
Yeah,
it's like, well, physically, but
I guess that's the other thing. Like, even in terms of sex, like you obviously have like the vast majority of people either have a penis or a vagina, right? But there are some people who have a mix of both. There are some people who have not necessarily X or XX or XY chromosomes, but like X, I don't know, I want to say like XXY or
XOXO.
Or I guess again, like it's not necessarily black and white, even in the in terms of the biology, but But yeah, sorry, you were saying about like,
no, but
the
yeah, no,
difference between-
but yeah, like in sort of you're kind of assigned male. I guess in like most
You don't get to
cases
choose,
you're assigned male or female down to a scientific biological fact, but then your gender is something that you get to choose because it is a social construct that we've like created.
Yes.
And like
absolutely.
being male and being female is black and white, but being a man or a woman is like completely different. It's like what does that mean, like,
or how masculine or feminine or whatever.
I mean,
whatever that means.
Would say I'm very comfortable in my body, but I think in some weird world where you get a survey before coming into the world, I would not be like, I don't think I'd listen to both options and be like, yeah, I want to be a man. That sounds great. That sounds great. I think I'd be like, I'll take the woman option, even though it sounds harder in a lot of ways. There's a lot of shit about being a man that is kind of grim, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Anyway, what was the point in this? Were you talking about Fast and Furious?
Came into that conversation at the wrong point.
But anyway, I think the difference is that that's something that you can have a say over, whereas like, I don't know, I think like
I get
making yourself look another way. I'm like, you can enjoy and be part of the culture without doing that. Like, I really like American culture, but I'm not, I don't know, gaining 180 pounds and wearing a Make America Great Again hat, you know?
Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm sure there's nothing serious.
This looks like it's gonna be
wow.
fun. Oh, yeah. I would love it if that's how it worked in real life.
Yeah, look at this.
Aliens. Amazing. Oh my gosh.
I can't. How do I kill them?
Is it a chainsaw or is it a minigun?
It is a chainsaw. Oh, I just walk into them. I see. It's chainsaw.
It looks like a minigun.
Oh, maybe. Oh, it is a minigun. You're right. I thought it was a chainsaw. I was just walking into them and they were dying.
It absolutely sounds like a chainsaw.
Wow. Okay.
How very strange.
I can't believe I was literally just walking into them and killing them.
I wonder what he's actually doing in real life here.
Yeah. He's got a minigun. He's just mowing down a preschool on a trip, because this is an art exhibition.
Brilliant.
Where are they? Oh, there he is. He's down there.
Excellent.
Oh fuck!
Oh god!
I'm gonna die.
They're shooting you.
No, I'm good.
The aliens are shooting you.
Where is it? There he is. No.
I love how the aliens they're just men in suits. It's like there's no sort of no attempt to sort of make them
No, look real.
I don't know, creatures or anything. It's they're just
I'm gonna say. Oh, did I just? Oh, whoa. So there's a.
Oh no. Oh.
There we go. Dead. It's because I didn't escape. I need to do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think it's because there's a movie studio in Los Santos where people are dressed as aliens, and maybe it's just easier to reuse the character model.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. I mean, you gotta be economic with the like in a game as big as GTA. There's no time for excess.
Right.
It's like make it work and it's done. So what happened? You got abducted? Is that right? Is that because the aliens came to you? Or?
I assume so. Yeah, I'm supposed to like. Oh fuck! Where are you? Oh Jesus Christ! I'm supposed to.
Scary alien.
Physically, like there we go.
Oh, no.
Move the analog stick to escape, and I didn't do that because I didn't read it.
I see. Die, motherfuckers! Die!
Anyway, but yeah, so I think for me that is the distinction of like.
Although, yeah. I mean, like, I would say, like, personally, I'm hugely in favour of trans rights, and I would say blacking up isn't.
That's
okay.
not what you say when we're not rolling. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm kidding. Just to make that clear.
Bastard. But I guess on a serious note, like, what is the difference between
Yeah.
like changing your appearance to look like another gender and changing your appearance to look like another ethnicity? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, I can't quite articulate exactly why one seems to be more acceptable than the other, but I
know what you mean.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Because I guess it's just to do with the history of the things, isn't it? Because I think in an ideal world, like, I think in an ideal world, white people could, like, you know, dress up or whatever as black people, and black people could do the same for white people, and there would just be no issue, because it would be like, oh well,
but history of,
why would this be an issue? Because in theory there shouldn't be an issue, but obviously I think, you know, like,
feels like
however many years of like institutionalized racism is like.
I mean, surely you could make the same argument about the patriarchy and like the fact that women have been oppressed for like thousands of years. I don't know. It's
but it's like, I remember when everyone was like the whole BLM thing that happened in 2020 kind of blew up, and like people started talking about like Come Fly With Me, for example,
right,
or Little Britain, because I can't kill you.
It's like, nope, I'm not gonna die.
I don't have any sticky bombs either. I was gonna just get rid of it. Because there's characters that are, you know, blackface in that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
And they're things that I've grown up with, so I was like, I get it. I'm not gonna complain. Like, it's absolutely nothing to do with me. But I think there was part of me that was like, the point is that they are two men playing all these different characters, so it's like kind of would be weird for them to not acknowledge people of, you know, like other races, because then by that logic they can only play,
because they play women, don't they?
They can only play two other white men, but obviously the difference, the issue with that is all the history. I think in theory that is fine, because also, like, I think in those sketches they're not taking the piss out of like people of color. The jokes are on the characters for reasons that aren't to do with their race. If it was just about that, then it might be different. But then I say that, and I think like Hank Azaria being asked to step down as Apu in The Simpsons, I'm like, I get for other cases, I'm like, absolutely, but then for that I was like, well, The Simpsons is a stereotype. It's like, kind of what white people think of, you know, Indian convenience store owners.
Was he asked to step down, or did he
I think it was a bit of both, possibly. Yeah, maybe. I think he did ask to step down, but I think it was like also like he was going to be asked to anyway. But anyway, they're both things that I like. I understand. I'm not gonna like complain about. I think it's absolutely acceptable and kind of out of line to have those things not be questioned and whatever. So I don't have an issue with it, but I think in theory I'm like, I think there's almost like the artist part of me is like, well, there's a reason for this, and it's not to do with this, but obviously because of the world we live in, because the world we live in
no
No, I won't.
Why does shooting a person feel so much more acceptable than shooting a dog in GTA?
Oh, I just killed the owner. No, I didn't. All good.
Weird.
I think because of the history, it's just like,
Yeah. Just kill both.
yeah. Yes. So just to make my point clear, because I feel like with sometimes on this show I make half a point because we're gaming, and then I'm like, I actually don't like the way I said that. I did come out. Don't hold me accountable for that, because that's not what I meant. I get it. I think it's the right decision to be like, absolutely not. Why did you think that's acceptable? But I think I'm also saying that I can see. Ouch! Just trying to get on the roof. God, this is so the wrong thing to be talking about this topic in. But I also think that I can see where some specific cases have come from.
Sure.
Not to excuse them, not that they're acceptable.
No.
Can understand that it's supposed to be a thing. It's like not even a thing of like, oh, this is bad. We're taking the piss out of a black woman, for example. It's like, you're not, but I understand the byproduct that creates.
Sure, no, absolutely. Well, you know what? Why don't we?
Yeah, what a weird episode.
on that note, join us
And on
next
that
time.
bombshell.
Maybe we'll be talking some more about that. Maybe we'll be talking about something else. We'll just have to wait and see. See you guys later. Bye. How the fuck do you end that episode?